Welcome back to the All Things Women Summit. I have Rory Lee here with me today, and you are in for a treat. Rory Lee is the CEO and lead makeup artist of Makeup by Rory Incorporated, a company of global freelance hair, makeup, and wardrobe stylists. She is a licensed esthetician with a chemistry background and the founder of her namesake makeup line, Rory Lee. Rory is a proven leader with transferable skills. Rory's love of fashion and entertainment collided with her corporate leadership skills. Now she has a company that's in demand for booking hair, makeup, and wardrobe assignments. She has an entrepreneurial background in management, training, and product development. Rory acquired this ability to work well under pressure in demanding environments throughout her career doing this. She is a visionary and creative with new ideas, and Rory serves as a consultant, trainer, and educator. She has mentored and supported countless freelancers in developing their business. Rory is also the founder of Our Girls Enrichment Program. It's a 501c3 nonprofit initiative that provides workshops in makeup application and life's lessons as a tool to enrich and empower young women. The sessions are confidence building, which we know our girls need to really discover their beauty from the inside out. Rory is a multiple award-winning leader on the cruise of Suncoast Emmys and Telly Awards.
Yes.
She's also one of the 50 most powerful and influential leaders in business and industry. Congressional recognition, visionary leadership, nominated changemaker, Women's History Month, Volunteer Hero Award, and South Florida's Entrepreneurs Who's Who. Makeup by Rory Incorporated and Our Girls are recorded in Miami's Black Archives. Rory's international education includes GCEs from Queens College in the Bahamas, college prep from the American School in Lugano, Switzerland, chemistry from the University of Miami, and designated teaching credentials from Long Beach universities. We are so excited to have you here today. Welcome, Rory.
Welcome to you as well, Dr. Alicia. Thank you so much for the opportunity to be here with you today. I'm so grateful.
I am grateful to have you here too. So the theme of this session is when purpose and beauty collide. In your own journey, when did you first sense that makeup artistry was more than just a job for you and that it was really your life's purpose? Can you share the moment or season when you realized that beauty was really connected to your calling?
First and foremost, I can say that makeup in itself was never something that I felt that I would be involved with. Even in my younger years, you know how a lot of young ladies love playing with makeup. That was never me. I would at most do chapstick, maybe cheap lipstick and ivory soap and water. That was the extent of my personal beauty routine. But I loved the arts, different types of art mediums, from paper mache to shellacking to tie-dyeing, batiking, jewelry making, macrame, pottery. Even to this day, I love coloring and sketching and mixing colors. So makeup was, for me, an art medium. I didn't realize that God had given me the gift and the talent to actually use a lady's face as that art medium and to create the masterpiece and to see her glow coming from within, not from the external, but from the internal.
Wow. So how did all begin for you? I know that you studied early chemistry in college, and then, you transitioned to being a makeup artist. What really sparked your passion for beauty? And were there early signs for you that this was a path that you were meant to follow? Take us to the beginning
I
of your
I
career.
know it's so interesting when I think back, when I was in the realm of playing with makeup as an art medium, doing favors for friends. Oh, can you help me with my makeup? Can you do that? And I realized as I was doing this that this was a canvas, and being able to create a makeup look was something that it was easy for me. It was a seamless effort. And it was also a feeling of satisfaction to see that transformation. And to see a woman look in the mirror and smile because she liked how she looked. She felt good and confident about how she looked from within. So I think I still at that point didn't realize where God would lead me. The chemistry was something that I was pursuing for dental medicine. It was started off as pre-med and then went into dental medicine. And so the music and arts was a form of me just keeping my GPA up and having a balance, that right and left brain balance. So I really at that point didn't realize that beauty and makeup would be the tool that God would give me as a ministry in the marketplace.
Tell us more about that, because it sounds like your career, you were thinking something completely different. And I know that you shared, that God is always here guiding you and helping you when you face challenges. How has your relationship with God guided you through the ups and downs of building a career in beauty?
God has always been with me. And even as a young college student, and I studied 5 years of chemistry on the 4-year plan. So that whole first year was a total wash. That's a different testimony in itself. But I realized that, he had a specific plan and purpose for my life, going from, the management training and product development in the chemistry and in the wardrobe industry, and then leading me into the makeup world. Whenever I would face a challenge, I realized that instead of feeling afraid, I would feel that God was with me and that I had the faith to know that He would see me through. I did hit some major obstacles in my life, I think between the season of 2004 and 2007. And I'll just be very transparent with you. I got married at a very, very young age. And by 25, I already had 3 children. And so I continued to grow up and grow with these children. Now, fast forward 25 years later, I'm suddenly single. I'm in my early 40s, have no idea what I was going to do with my life because I never lived my life without my family and without my children as an adult. And I said, okay, Lord, you know what? You've never failed me before. You've helped me raise 3 incredible young adults. And so now I need you to help me raise me. What are we going to do to reinvent my life? And the makeup was a means of me being able to focus on other people instead of focus on myself. And I realized that what I was doing was seamless. I was great at it and I loved what I was doing. I loved how I was using my gift of encouragement and my gift of helping others to really do something meaningful. And so that's when I decided, okay, I'm going to take this seriously, go back to school, study, learn. I went through beauty basics courses with Fashion Institute of Technology in New York. I went back and got my esthetician licensing at Hollywood Institute. And then from there, I realized that this was my calling. This was how I would lead what I felt was a movement that was happening, but I didn't realize it was a movement at the time. But this is how I'm going to lead others, and this is how I'm going to make a difference in the world. And so here we are, 21 years later, with a nonprofit, with a makeup line, and with an incredible team of people that work with me.
Wow. So for the women that are out there listening, I mean, they may feel stuck in a career or maybe even a marriage or a situation, but it's not too late, 40s and 50s and even 60s, to literally reinvent yourself.
That's exactly what I did, but I didn't do it myself, and I didn't realize I was doing it as I was doing it. I was just letting God order my steps, and one day at a time. I think if he told me everything that would transpire over the course of between 2004 and here we are today, 2025, 26, I wouldn't have believed it, number one, and I would have been like petrified. I really would have been scared because, every day I wake up and sometimes I say, okay, Lord, what am I? First of all, thank you for this great new day, and thank you for allowing me to breathe air and open my eyes and put my feet on the ground. But what am I going to do today? What?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Dr. Alicia, you ever have that feeling like you wake up and you're like, okay, what am I going to do today?
Give me the next step, Lord.
Exactly. Step by step, and God will always give you the lesson until you get the lesson. So there was some back and forth and some obstacles that came along the way, but I realized that obstacles can either stop you or they could be stepping stones to take you to a greater height.
Yeah, yeah. You've often emphasized that beauty comes from within. How do you help women really tap into their inner beauty and confidence, even as you enhance their outer appearance? Their outer appearance. So what does beauty from within really mean to you in practical terms during a makeup session or consultation?
Or even during a production when it's extremely fast paced and we have only 20 minutes sometimes to get people in and out of the chair. But I feel like beauty from within it's how we take care of ourselves. It's the self-care. It's the self-love. It's giving ourselves, we have to give ourselves the grace, to deal with imperfections. No one is perfect, you know, but if we realize that if we are kind to others, we also need to be kind to ourselves. If we speak well of others, we also need to speak well of ourselves. So it's a mind, body, and spirit thing, in my opinion, that when you understand that happiness and your joy and your peace comes from within the heart and your soul and your spirit, then that to me is where beauty lies. I can't even, I can tell you countless amount of women that were absolutely in the world's eye stunningly beautiful, but they didn't see it when they looked in the mirror.
Yeah.
And the same holds true with women that, the world may not perceive as being beautiful. You wouldn't see them on, the cover of a magazine, but they were the most humble and kind and grounded, beautiful people in the entire world. And to me, that's the beauty that really stands out.
Yeah. I love that. Tell us a bit about how your career transpired. So, I mean, you have your own makeup line now. Tell us a little bit about that.
That's interesting. I know that part of the freelancing that I was doing, and probably I think maybe 2010, around 2009, 2010, that season of my life, I was doing freelance work. We were doing a lot of feature films here in South Florida. I remember we probably shot about 15 feature films in 5 years. And it was insane. It was a very heavy duty TV and film season. That's when the cash was flowing with the tax credit incentives. And then there was a little bit of a dip there. And I was asked by different makeup lines, one out of England, one out of Italy, one out of Japan. Was it Japan? Kogendo. Yeah, Japan. They were asking me to go in, do train the trainers and provide features and benefits and really promote the brands. And I wound up in retail shops, which if I tell you what they were, it'd be very famous, but I'm not going to mention a couple of them. And that's because it was a tough season for me because I would go in and I feel like I wasn't appreciated. I wasn't able to share with clients what I really wanted to share with them. And it was a difficult season, but yet I never let that steal my peace and joy, because unhappy people will try to make other people unhappy right along with them. But I wasn't getting on that boat with them. You know what I mean? And, I realized that I was in that position not because I was going to stay there. It was a shift. It was a stepping stone, and everything, the different career shifts that I have, they've all been stepping stones or creating this tapestry of life that I call me today. And the reason why God put me in those positions was to learn the operational procedures. And I didn't realize the backdoor stuff. I didn't realize it.